Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day, good week so far. Happy Tuesday, and we got almost drowning on a first date story time. So, just throwing it out there. This is not my exact story, right? It's a family member. I can't say who, but I got told this story, and I immediately was like, oh, this is too good to not tell, right? And if I could try to put myself in that situation, tell like that, maybe I'd try, but this happened so long ago, I couldn't even do that. So basically, right, this is way back in the day, but someone, a guy, obviously, is going on a date with a girl, right? And he meets her, I don't know how, because it was way before phones, way before, I mean, maybe like house phones, but way before cell phones. So I don't know exactly how they met, but they meet, right? And they're in college, like 20, 21 years old, 22 years old, right around the age I am now, right? So if you're wondering, probably like this, right? Kind of an adult, not a full adult. So they meet up and they decide, okay, let's rent a sailboat and go out on a lake. That's a pretty good first date if you ask me. Like, I've been on a few dates and a few first dates, and I'll tell you what, I've never done something like a sailboat for a first date. That's fucking wild. Like, I've gone to the movies, I've played mini golf, I've done some basic stuff, bowling. I've never gone on a sailboat for a first date, so that's pretty cool, right? So him and her, they go out on the lake and they rent the sailboat, right? And the guy, right, who's in my family, I asked him, do you know how to use this sailboat? He's like, I knew the general rules, but I'm not like a captain or anything. He never owned one, but he said, he knew the general rules, which is more than me. I wouldn't know what to do. I just know that the wind, it makes it move. That's all I know about a sailboat, right? Is you need to use the sails to move. That's what I know. There's no, is there an engine in them? I don't fucking know. I really have no idea. There could be, there could not be. I have no clue, right? So he's out there, and apparently what happened is it started getting kind of rainy out. Not rainy, but windy, like rough weather, right? And it's a lake, but I don't know which one. I have no clue, right? Because if it's like in Wisconsin, like Lake Geneva, that's kind of a smaller lake, right? It's big, it's fun, but man-made, it's small. It's not like Lake Michigan, right? Like Lake Michigan is fucking huge. So I don't really know if they were on one of the huge lakes or if they were on one of the smaller man-made lakes. I have no idea. I have no clue, but I'm guessing it was one of the bigger ones because he said it started picking up. Like the waves were getting heavy and it was getting kind of rough, right? So they start going towards land. They had been out there for a while. I know. Because it wasn't me that was out there. I have no idea what they were doing. It's not like I can be like, oh, they were sitting there smoking a joint. I know they weren't doing that back then. I don't know what they were doing, right? Probably drinking beers or just hanging out, maybe making out. I don't know. I have no clue, right? But they're out there hanging out, and the weather starts getting bad. Also, what happens is, on the way back, because the wind's working, but it was blowing them the right direction, but let's say they needed to go exactly right here, they were getting pushed this way or this way, right? They're going a little off track. Well, a cop boat, right, even back in the day they had those, apparently, a cop boat comes and talks to them and was like, hey, there's a storm incoming, you guys need to go back, whatever. He was like, cool, we're already on our way back. So they're on their way back, right? So this is when the almost drowning part happens. It starts raining. It starts storming, and now I don't think he panicked. I don't think they panicked, but they had to do something. I don't know what it was. Like I said, I don't know the rules of a sailboat, right? But they had to start getting something ready, whether it's a sail or I doubt it's an anchor. I don't know what they'd be getting ready, right? But all I know is my male family member, right, was working on something, okay? And his leg got caught up in a string, like a rope, right? Like one of the ropes on the boat. He falls over, okay? Well, first of all, the wind starts shifting the boat. I got to talk about this first because this is the part he was telling me. I got to give you the full details here. So the boat starts rocking, right, as he's working on something. His foot gets tangled up, and his main focus was don't fall backwards into the water, right? So he's holding on to one of the boat poles, right? I don't know what he was talking about there, but he's holding on to the boat, and it's rocking heavy, back and forth. And the girl came over and went towards him, because at first she was sitting towards the back of the boat. Now she's standing right next to the guy, right? And the boat starts rocking, and he thought for sure there's no way this thing tips over, right? Well, he was wrong. It not only tips over, but it tips over while his foot's wrapped up. So he said the sailboat completely flips over, which with a sail, I don't know how that happens. I don't know if it breaks or if it, maybe it's like a miniature sail, but I don't know. Like, I don't know about boats at all, but I know for sure they flipped. And one thing I don't know, though, is how do you flip with a sail? Like, would the thing just snap in half? Would it just go under? Or maybe they had a different kind of boat. Maybe it wasn't even a sailboat. Maybe it was just like I don't know what they had. All I know is it tips over while his foot's tangled in the thing, right? So I asked him when he flipped over, what's going through your mind? Obviously, you got to be panicking. And he said, really, his first thought was don't panic, because he knew, like, he'd been in water a lot. He goes skiing. He's done a lot of not extreme things, like those aren't extreme, but you know, it's not just super calm. Like, you gotta be on edge a little bit doing these things, right? So he said he remained calm, but his first thought was, I need to rescue the girl. It's their first date, you know, she likes him, he likes her, like, he's got to make sure she's okay. So his main goal wasn't even about himself. While his right ankle was tied up in the ropes as the boat's underwater, and he's flipping out, and all he could think about was getting to the girl, gotta make sure she's okay. In reality, while he's not flipping out, but while he's thinking about that, she had fallen out of the boat and then was able to like hoist herself up. So she was completely fine, but he didn't know that at the time. So he's freaking out. He's literally underwater with his foot tied. Like, think about that. Think about, like, oh, that'd be horrifying, dude. Like, being hung up from your foot anyways is scary. Now imagine underwater. So he keeps messing with it, and I don't know if he just got set free or untied it. He didn't really tell me about that part, but he said finally his foot came free, and he came up to the top, and I said, how long were you underwater for? Like 30 seconds, a minute and 30? And he said, I obviously wasn't counting, keeping track of time, but if I had to guess, I'd say between a minute or two. Like, goddamn, dude, I try to hold my breath sometimes, right? I don't have the best lungs. I've been vaping a long time, smoking a long time. So I try holding my breath sometimes just to see. I make it to like 40 seconds every time. Exactly. 40 seconds, bam, I'm out of breath. When I was a little kid, I could do a minute. So I've lost 20 seconds of breath in my 21 years of life, if anybody was wondering. So I wouldn't have survived that, I don't think, but my family member did. And I remember when he's telling us this story, he was telling it so casually, like it was just some normal Friday afternoon. Like, oh yeah, that kind of stuff happens. That kind of shit does not happen. And also, the date, right? He got a second date. He didn't end up dating this girl or anything, but he got a second date with her. So imagine almost drowning, bringing this girl out there, flipping her into the water, then you almost drown, and then you get a second date, though? Like, that's pretty cool. I will say, because I know him, right, obviously, she's not part of the family, so, you know, you can guess that didn't last very long, or didn't last at all, right? But I would have been cool to talk to that lady, been like, hey, what was that like? Like, damn. Or if she was still, like, if she was in the family, like, imagine that meeting story. Like, oh, how did you two meet? Oh, you know, like, we almost drowned and died. Like, that'd be fucking wild, man. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Dude, it's so cold here. It's like 33 degrees, and I mean, I wear hoodies. I have, like, that leather jacket I wear sometimes in the videos, but I don't have, like, a jacket. I mean, I got the leather jacket. That's close enough, right? But, dude, I'm putting up Christmas lights tonight when it's dark out. The wind is supposed to be 25 miles per hour. It's not going to be snowing. That's the one thing that's good, is it won't be snowing, but it's going to be fucking cold and windy. Oh, dude, the wind chill's going to be like 15 degrees. I'm going to be on a damn ladder. I just want you guys to think about that later. When it's like 8 p.m. wherever you are, just think to yourself, whatever I'm doing, maybe I'm at work, maybe I'm cozy in my room. Well, that YouTube kid, that YouTube dude, he's on a ladder right now, fucking cold. You just think about that. All right, thanks for watching. Peace out. Sub, share, like, comment. Become a member if you want. If you're going through something, need someone to talk to, my Instagram is linked in the bio. Same name as my YouTube. Go there, DM me. I'll get back to you in a day or two. Thanks for watching. Be safe, and peace out.